Welcome back. So ladies, we've talked about some really deep topics, right? Yeah. And we ate our feelings. I'm just kidding. But I wanted to ask you guys, so in the society we live in today, we're exposed to a lot of traumatic things. If you just turn on the news, there's a shooting, there's a bombing, there's a stabbing, all sorts of injustices. You know, it really starts to take a toll on us. And I wonder if you guys are feeling it like I'm feeling it.
I do feel it because, especially with the school shootings, I do drop off my daughter at school in the morning and I say, bye, see you later, you know? And it does hit at the back of my mind, like, what if? What, you know? And it's not a good thought, but it does like hit. I mean, I think about it, you know what I mean? Because it's happening to everybody, not just, you know, certain people. And then another thing I was thinking, like, I was talking to you the other day, I was like, with all of this, and I'm sorry, with all this money that they have sometimes going around, why can't they invest in bulletproof vests that are kept in classrooms so that if something does happen, I know they lock the door, but you know, our vital organs are from the neck to the pelvis, you know, and if those are hit, you're in trouble. You know, it's not as if your leg is hit, you know, it's okay, but like if your spleen or your liver is hit, I mean, that's major. It's all major, of course, when you get shot, but those are a little bit more, you know. So I was thinking, like, why won't they invest in bulletproof vests to keep in the classrooms so that when something does happen, the alarms go off, the teachers can quickly get the kids to put on their bulletproof vests, even though they're hiding. You know, why can't they? That's always a question of mine. Why can you not invest in that?
So I guess to play devil's advocate, I'm like, I feel like gun control might be a little bit more easy to regulate in that sense. But you know, I understand the amendment. I'm from Canada. Everyone I know that has guns in Canada is a criminal or a cop. Cops and robbers, like the show. But like here, it's just like this the culture, so it's different. But I don't know. I guess that would be good, but it's such a scary thing.
It is very scary, but at least you can save lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for me, we recently went back home for a visit. And I remember my daughter just playing outside. And I was so like, helicopter mom. Because I was like, no, I have to see her. She has to be in my, you know, reach within eye. And, you know, one of the Sunday school teachers was like, it's okay. And I'm like, why do I feel this way? Like, why am I so like a helicopter mom about my daughter, you know? But it's one of those things where I think, like you said, you can become a little bit more heightened to the bad parts of maybe gun violence and mass shootings or human trafficking or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, I think it is, like you said, heightened sensitivity to it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I know for me, when I go to the movies, I actually think to myself, like when I sit in the theater, I'm like, okay, if something was to happen, where do I go? How do I hide? And I feel that in the malls too, sometimes like around the holidays when it's like super packed. And I actually, the other day, well, it was last holiday season, I felt myself like, I had like symptoms of anxiety. I was like, my heart was racing for no reason. I kind of felt hot and I had to stop and ask myself like, why am I feeling like this? And I was like, oh, I'm in the mall. It's crowded. It's the holidays, shootings. That's when I was like, dang, I didn't realize it affected me that much, but it really does. Even just driving. If someone drives crazy next to me, I just like let them go because you can just get shot.
Yo, I have bad road rage too, and my mother is always like, Charmaine, you live in Texas. They have guns. I'm like, you right, let him cut me off, okay? Because I'm that person. I'm like, oh, who you think? Like they can hear me, but you know, you can see this, so you don't hear what I'm saying, but you know that. Like,
You know what that means.
You know what it means.
You know what I mean? Like, it's sign language, okay? But like I said, I'm like, you right, they're in Texas. I don't want to get a gun because I got a high temper and I'll have a death penalty. Like I can't do it. Like I ain't about to go to jail forever. But at the same time, I you know what happened to me? What happens to me? Like I got stopped by the police because I was speeding. And I got caught by the police, and you know, there's all the like, you know, police officers shooting like unarmed black men, especially, but black women. And that was my first time getting stopped by the police. I don't know what to do. I like pull off, I pull over. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Should I record myself? I need evidence. I need someone to, so I called my friend, cause I just left her house. I'm like, Tiffany, I just left your house and the police stopped me. I'm like, tell my mom I love her if anything happens. She's like, Charmaine, calm down. And I was so like I'm like remembering it. I was crying. I was shaking. I was like, he's like, license registration. I'm like, it's in my cell phone. Can I pull out my cell phone? I got, my insurance. Can I pull it out? And he was like, yeah. And then I came back and I couldn't find it. I was like frazzled. And he came back and he's like, are you okay? And I was like, don't shoot me. I swear to God. And I started crying. And I know I made him feel uncomfortable because he was just like, ma'am, I'm like, I'm so scared, I'm so sorry, I'm just not, I watched the news, I don't know what to do, and I just don't want anything to happen to me, because like, my mom, and he was just like, calm down, ma'am, it's not that serious, and he made sure I was calm. And I was so scared. My friend was on the phone with me. Luckily thing, I didn't get a ticket. But at the same time, I never been that scared in my life.
Yeah,
like, it was serious.
I can only imagine.
So mental health, it's real. It's not something to joke around with. It's everything that we've touched. When the news comes out, the person has some mental health issues, or they were not taking their medicine, so mental health is a big thing. And I think raising awareness and just knowing, what to do, because they're not going to take guns away just like that. Right. It's going to be a process. But what can we do, in the meantime?
Yes.
Right.
So how do you guys get through some of those moments of like panic? What kind of brings you back down?
Prayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is key. That is key. Yeah, I think prayer for me definitely. Also, just trying to remember the good in people. That when people are called to do good things, that people do rise to that bar, to give or to rally around people and rally around the community. So I think relying on people's goodness, just in the world overall.
Yeah, I think I have to remind myself over and over that just because it happened to someone else doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen to me. Like, I have to tell myself that, otherwise I will freak out wherever I go. Like, I did not really realize how bad it was until recently, when this most recent shooting happened in California. And I thought about all the times that I used to go out as a college kid and party and never gave it one thought that would be it. So it's like when I watched that, I found myself getting super emotional, and I was like, why? But the truth is, all of the incidents that happen, I feel like sometimes we become desensitized. Sometimes I watch and I see and I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy, that's bad. Turn off the TV, go about my day. But this time it hit me, and it's like all the other things came forward. And I was like, when I think about it, it's a lot that we literally experience secondhand, So it's so important to like check in when you have those moments and you wonder, what's going on with me? Check in with yourself, kind of see if you're okay, call a friend, talk to someone, pray, find some positive ways to cope, and sometimes even detaching from media.
That's true.
You don't have to.
Social media.
You can just turn off your phone for a day or deactivate your accounts for a day, turn off the TV for a day, but make sure you're okay, because honestly, we see it and we don't think it affects us, but it really does.
And when you talk about the phone, you have the power to turn that button off.
Yes, you
have
power
the power
to turn off the power.
Exactly. Turn off the power.
How much is the power? I don't know.
But that's very true. That is very true. And I appreciate having you guys, because we can talk about things like this.
And we all go through different things.
Yeah.
So we're not even perfect sitting here talking on screen. We've got our own stuff that we go through that we actually discuss, and we feel better when we talk about stuff. Yeah.
And like, obviously, I always make jokes. Like, I'm like, oh, this is too serious. And then I go home and cry. No, what I do
So comedians do have issues too.
No, yeah, you don't understand. When I say that the stage is my therapy, I am a serious. I can be so depressed, so down. But when I'm performing, like, you don't even know. Like, sometimes I'm like, you're so funny. It's like, I'm depressed inside. But for this 20 minutes I'm on stage, y'all don't know this, and I forget about it. You know what I mean? I get to like, forget about my problems.
That's like Kevin Hart's Laugh at My Pain, because he was like, I really went through some rough times, but he makes a joke of it, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, if you personally are feeling, unsettled by any of the things that we've discussed, or if you know someone who's struggling with mental health issues, we are going to post some resources on the screen. So be sure to take a look, access all of those. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out. Like I said, I am a therapist, And you're always welcome to contact me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, if you ever want help finding a therapist or if you ever want just to talk.
So today, as you can see, we're looking beautiful.
Yes.
Marvelous. 100%. So our hair today was provided by Beverly James of House of Beverly James.
Thank you, Bev.
She's based here in Dallas, Texas. She was up at 6:30 this morning, okay? Sisterly love. This is when you know somebody loves you, okay? When they get up at 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning, okay? So House of Beverly James, follow her Instagram. She's ready to make women just look amazing.
Yes, when you have a House of Beverly James wig on, that confidence is off the chain.
Exactly, and confidence is something that we support on this show.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. So thank you.
Well, you can also see that our faces are beat to the gods.
Yes.
So we'd like to thank
the gods.
Botsy_C. You can find her on Instagram, who beat these faces to death. Can you see? You look lovely, ladies. Make sure you follow her on Instagram.
All right, and our wine was provided today. It's God Snatched at Rejected Not on Instagram, or you can follow the owner at 10_die_speaks.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for this in-depth discussion. We went from some serious topics to, something more light, but I think, like you said, we just want to make sure that everyone is healthy, both physically and mentally.
Yes.
And thank y'all so much for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.